welcome back to this edition of Daily Actives brought to you by Bootleg Macro. I am Dustin, and we are looking at Rivian, RIVN. And one of the things I'm going to point out right away, specifically when it comes to price, is if you notice here, we have red background with black lettering. That means this thing is only 2 standard deviations above its 23-day average, where for the previous, 8 days, 10 days, this thing was 3 standard deviations above because it was essentially redlining higher. And you wouldn't be surprised, considering if we look, we can see that suddenly we had a down day. We're at down 1.5% after being up 4.2%, and the previous day before that being down 2.5%. We are still positive on the 5-day, the 15-day, the 1 month, the 3 month, and the 6 month, which is great to see. We're still go long in the short term, go long in the intermediate term, and go long in that longer term, as well as bullish, short term, intermediate term, and longer term. That is all great to see. The one thing that I will say is if we look at this rolling sentiment, which I know you don't get, we are currently on the 2-day, 5-day, and the 10-day all over 64%. Usually this indicator won't go above 60 without it having a little bit of a snapback. So we are incredibly overbought when we're looking at Rivian. We're looking at this chart. We can see that we probably are in the zone where hopefully it's going to stay here. We don't want to close this gap. We don't want it to fall down. If anything, we'd be expecting that maybe $20 would be some sort of support when this used to be resistance. It looks like back here in the beginning of 2023 in January. Now we're looking at the daily sentiment. And again, as we mentioned, this thing is well above 60%. We are at 65% right now, which is quite high. We see that we've got a lot of volume, which is continuing to follow through. We can see that on the volatility. One of the things that is the most interesting is that the volatility continues to break out higher. We're at the highest volatility that we've seen since January of 2023. The one thing that's super interesting, though, is that the correlation is also high. So because the correlation is high and the volatility is breaking out, we would expect that the price would actually be going higher. We do see that today was an interesting day, but I'm starting to think that we're going to see the volatility roll over and the correlation roll over. Now, if the volatility rolls over and the correlation rolls over, you have two negatives. That does make a positive, which means you're probably going to see it go sideways to slightly up for a little bit. If you've seen what's going on in Tesla, it's a very similar example of what happens when the correlation rolls over and the volatility rolls over. We can see here, though, that on the trade range, it is incredibly stretched. The size of the jaws here, if you're thinking about like an alligator, they're all the way open, which means they definitely got to close. They may not close like how they were back here when volatility was incredibly low, but you do expect that it's definitely going to get a little bit smaller. No, the ultra fast sentiment indicator doesn't show us anything useful today. So it's 66%. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you long? Are you short? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is this even a good review? And do yourself a favor. Subscribe to the New High newsletter. It comes out Sundays at 9 a.m. just for you. I'll talk to you soon.